point, I know you need this medicine. Let's go.
What's going on, people? Welcome back to another great episode of Legacy, where we strictly talk about male Bulldogs and PRP Panthers on this show. Of course, you got your first two hosts of the most, Mark and Will. How you doing, my brother?
What's going on, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good. Good today.
Oh, yes, sir.
We got a big one today, brother.
Yeah, man, we got that Bulldog Nation in the house,
Yeah.
man. You know, I just something about that. You know, I always gotta get that on, get that purple out, man. Man, this is Vinny Anthony, man.
Yes.
Current class of 2022.
Yep.
Actually, just committed to them badges.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
man, that badge. He's an
Yes.
all-state performer, a state champion.
Mm.
Man, it's not enough stuff to put on there, man. I just can't do it. How you doing, Benny?
I'm good. How are y'all?
Doing
Good.
great, man. Hey, congratulations on your commitment to Wisconsin.
Thank you.
That's huge, man. That's big time. And one of the reasons why we want to be on the show, man, is because a lot of kids is out there, man, trying to get a scholarship.
Yes, they are.
Trying to get there, and what we want to do is just take a journey. We want to take a journey with you, man, and just work our way up to current status and all that kind of stuff. So let's go on and start it off, man. How old were you when you first started playing sports, and what were the sports?
I started about 4, maybe 5. I started with soccer. My parents put me in soccer. I did t-ball, basketball, and football just to see what I liked the best. Like, they just put me in all sports and then see what I did the best in and what I liked the most. And I started with soccer just to get like a little footwork, and then played some t-ball and then kept playing. I played soccer a couple years and then played some flag. I started flag football when I was about 6. And then about 8 years old, I went to tackle football with the J-Town Bulldogs.
Okay.
And then that's when I started actually playing with Nick Shuddy, my quarterback right now. That's when I started playing with him.
Oh,
I was
that's
like,
way back then.
Right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm,
Yeah.
yeah. So
Ooh.
then, yeah, I started, and then I stopped baseball about 7th grade, 6th grade, and I just stuck with football. And then when I got to 7th grade at TMS, I started running track, and then just football. So it was just those two. And actually I didn't play for the school, but I played basketball too. It was just for like a rec league, and then I stopped about 8th grade, and then then I went to Mill, and that was really, yeah.
Well, okay, check this out. So, and that's how you really do. That's how we talked about, playing all these different sports. So, so besides football, which you rock and roll, what was your number one? Like, I ain't gonna say football wasn't your number one love, but what was your other sport you like? If I didn't play football, I would play this.
Mm-hmm.
When I was younger or like now?
Younger.
When I was younger, probably basketball would have been my other one, just because it was just fun to play basketball, to be honest. I mean, I still like playing it now, just playing around with anybody, you know what I'm saying? Just go out and just hoop real quick. So that would be my second option.
Okay, cool. That's cool. So, okay, Little League, J-Town, Nick Shuddy. Was there any other names out there that was on your team that people might be familiar with that was on your team at J-Town?
Well, still that goes to Mel right now. I think the only other one that still plays football is Ronan Sullivan.
Okay.
I think that's it. It was just me, Nick. There's a couple of other players that were at Male, but like Raekwon too. I played with him in Little League. Raekwon Pratcher. He's gone now. He's 21, and I think that was really it that played with me that young, like to recently. But yeah, there was other players that they stopped like freshman year though, like not like now.
Well, let's hit real quick. JCTMS. That's my old school. That's actually You know, we was the first one to win that championship at JCTMS. But I would say this, that's the first time. Actually, it's not the first time. I'm going to show you. I got a picture the first time I met you. So I will show you a little later on. I got a little gem. But the first time I actually saw you play was at JCTMS. And when I say Youngin got some hands, I was like, whoa, okay. I was like, man, you know, I'm like, okay, yeah. So at JCTMS, you played a lot of positions. You know what I'm saying? I know you feature, you know, some receiving stuff like that, but I mean, tell everybody exactly your experience at JCTMS and you know the positions that you play, and you don't have you can leave out that heartbreak because 8th grade y'all should have won it, but I ain't gonna say nothing. I'm just quiet,
Nah.
quiet.
I know. But I played throughout like TMS. I played like slot receiver. I played a little bit of outside. I flip flopped and slotting outside. Played safety and returner and a little bit of corner, but mainly safety and yeah, special teams. And then like because based on our offense, we played doubles the whole time, most of the time. So I was like the slot receiver that would like go in motion, do a jet sweep, or just do routes from the inside. And then sometimes they would put me outside for like a one-on-one or something like that. And then safety, I played just free safety mainly. And then sometimes I would come up to play corner if I needed to.
And I mean, it's so funny because on that JCTMS team, I mean, they was loaded. They was loaded, man. Who'd y'all lose to? And I hate to say, who y'all lose to in the championship game, 8th grade year?
It was Newburgh.
Yeah, man. Woo!
It was like it was literally a last second play.
Yeah, yeah.
And we tied, we went to overtime, all that.
Yeah, that was woo. That was
Wow.
yeah, man. I know, man. I felt for you, man. I did. You know, with you and Robert, my nephew, and Ronnie and Mel. You know what I'm saying? Four amigos or whatever. I don't know what y'all call yourselves, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. So okay, 8th grade. Now we going Mel, going big time, and you did something that a lot of freshmen don't do at Mel. At least when I was playing, and I know it's still, you know, my hand is on the, you know, pulse is on the heartbeat anyway. You actually played and started, you know what I'm saying, that kind of stuff, as a freshman receiver on a state championship team. So let me ask you, besides one of the biggest difference from the 8th grade and 9th grade, like, what? Explain that process. I mean, like you know, went to 9th grade and okay, you know, they got, you know, everybody got freshman team, but you was varsity. Explain that whole process and just the feeling of that, man, because you were some seniors, you were, you know, with some champions, man. Explain that.
Well, 8th grade, at the end of 8th grade, I went to a FBU camp, like in the summertime, like before I went to Mill, before they started practicing and all that. And I went to FBU camp, and then it was in Tennessee, and it was like a 2-day camp, I'm pretty sure, or it was like a one long one. I think it was 2 days, and I was with my age group, and then like the last day they told me to go with the older guys just because I was like killing everybody in my own age group. So and they put me with the older people, and I still did pretty good. And that's when I got used to playing with older people that are bigger, stronger, and faster than me. So when I went to male, it was still okay. They're older than me. I know they're stronger than me, but I know what I can do. I knew what I could do. And I just basically just practice hard every time. So the coach would notice me, and then I actually went to Charlotte too that year, and I was like, I think like maybe I think I was like the only freshman that went to Charlotte to play 7-on-7 with that team, and I rotated in with the twos there, and just because I practiced hard in practice and made plays in practice, so the coach noticed me and was like, okay, he's good. So he took me to Charlotte. I got fortunate enough to do that, and then came back, and then I was like in rotation in with the twos like mid season. Or actually it started the season, but like I got reps still in the game kind of thing. And then when it got to state, when Mike Warner got hurt, I was next man up. I did went in for a kickoff return, because that's what I went in for, was kickoff return, and then they put me in at receiver because they knew. Well, actually, Coach Jones, it was actually crazy. Like Coach Jones, like in Little League, Coach Jones coached against me when I played for the Bulldogs. He was on like another team or something like that, and he noticed that I did all the jet sweeps for the team, so that's where that came in.
Okay.
So he was like, so he told Coach Wolf that that I know how to do jet sweeps, so that's where I got the jet sweeps in. That's where it's just kind of like lucky for real. So it was that's where that came from.
Let me back up because I feel I'm gonna ask this question right now. Okay, it's because normally we're kind of look towards the end of the show, but when I'm gonna say right now, when did you realize you that guy? For real, I mean for real, really, because we done heard some people say when they was like 10, 9. I mean, I'm saying whatever. Yeah. When did you have confidence in yourself to be like, hey, yeah, I am that guy?
I mean, 8th grade, I thought about it just because I was like, I'm like better than everybody else on the field. But I knew I'm going into high school next. There's gonna be bigger, better people than me. But like, really, when I got to sophomore year and I started playing, I'm like, okay, I know I'm gonna you know what I'm saying? I know I got time to develop and all that.
Yeah.
So I knew I was gonna be good as long as I stayed healthy.
That's what I want to hear. So let's get to sophomore season. So sophomore season, this is after you guys. Well, wait a minute. Let's back up real quick. How does it feel to be a state champion?
That was good. That was the best feeling. That was the best feeling. When we beat St. X going into the state championship, we were so hyped. We were ready for it. We knew it was gonna be. We knew we were gonna win most likely. Like we had a good feeling that we were gonna like beat everybody because we had the toughest road. We played Trinity and St. X, and they were like good back then too.
Mm-hmm.
And they were like, because St. X had actually beat us earlier in the season too. So when we beat them, it was crazy. It was wild. And then when we got to state championship, and we got going on offense, and defense was playing good, and I was like, yes. The clock started going down. I was like, yes, I got a ring. I knew I got a ring. It was just great.
And that, you know what, man, and always go down in history. You know what I'm saying? State championship. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? All that, and as we get into that, let's go into sophomore year. Sophomore year. Now you done, like I said, you done captured the state championship. You're definitely a starter. You know what I'm saying? You're still. You know what I'm saying? And you know what Coach Wolf and them want. So basically, how was the sophomore year? How do you think you did? How and all this kind of stuff.
Well, I think I did good, and then actually at the beginning of my junior year, when I came back after like that period, Coach Jones told me that like in the last 20 years, I was like 1 touchdown from, or like 2 touchdowns from passing like the most touchdowns or yards than for a sophomore in like 20 years from me. I think the other one was just Devin Gentry. I'm pretty sure. I think he was like right above me, but I know I had a good year, and it was just overall, it was just a good year. I mean, we went undefeated the regular season all the way up until the state championship, and we just didn't capitalize in the state championship. Was really it. And then, but yeah, it was a good season. It was a good team too, man.
Yeah, it was a real good team. That was a real good team. So did you catch what he just said? Basically, so 2 years he done played in 2 state finals.
Yep.
1-1. Okay. Yep. Good team. Real good team. I remember that team. Real good team. Real good team. So now we're talking about junior season.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about the junior season. Now that's in the midst of COVID.
Yeah. At the end of, I mean, I didn't even get a sophomore track season either. So
yeah, right.
I mean, that stopped. It was done. I mean, March it ended, and then through the summer we couldn't do anything, and then we came in about, I don't even know when we started practicing. It might have been like late July. it might have been like late July when we started practicing, and we were behind everybody. And not everybody, but like all the public schools, we couldn't do anything just because we were like such a big district. We couldn't really do anything for school or anything. But Coach Kelsey did a real good job of like, and Coach Wolf of just putting everybody in like batches and setting different times so we could all get a practice in. It couldn't be as long, but just enough so we could do good and like have a chance to do something. Because I mean, you saw like other teams were shut down because of COVID for 2 weeks and then only played like 3 games maybe in the season. We got fortunate enough because we did a good job with like separating and back tracing, like if anybody got a COVID test and tested positive, and we did good with that, and we just stayed like just good with it basically. We stay smart and then not going to any parties, not doing anything dumb to jeopardize the whole season. And it was just really a different season. Obviously, I mean we came out and played against the state champions at the gate. First game.
Who scheduled that, man?
Supposed to be like our 3rd game, I think, or something like that.
Who decided that? I mean, I know it wasn't Coach Kelsey because I mean we had him on there. Who did that? Was that just the public schools did that? Because I'm like right off the bat, and I think they've been practicing.
That was our actually original schedule, but we just started so late because of COVID, and that was just ended up being our first game. Well, we actually played Ballard for like a little scrimmage, and then we played Trinity right after, and yeah, I mean, instead of being like a 3rd game where we got some traction, it was just first game and see how we do kind of thing.
Right.
And their team was seasoned. I mean, they had a deep team. It was just a good team actually. So it is what it is. And we just stayed smart throughout the whole season. Didn't do nothing dumb and made it to the state championship again. At the end, everybody else was dropping out, and we
3 years in a row.
Did you catch that?
Smart.
3 years in a row.
Mm-hmm.
3 years in a row. So 1-2. 1-2. Okay. Senior is coming, so we're not even gonna do that because we know what the goal is for this one, so we're not even gonna do that. Yeah. So let me back up real quick. So, and I know you hit track. So, what did you run? What events did you do on track?
I did. Well, freshman year, I just did 110 hurdles, 300 hurdles, and I did some relays, and that was really it. I did a couple 100s, but like what I qualified for freshman year and went to state for was just 300 hurdles. That was like the best thing I was at. So I ended up 14th overall freshman year at state, and then sophomore year I ain't getting nothing. But that's all I ran freshman year. Then like this last year, I just tried new stuff. I did 110 hurdles, 300 hurdles. I knew how to do those two. Mm-hmm. And then I went in the triple jump. I tried high jump. I tried the 200. I did the 100 a couple times. And I was on the relay at one point.
All over the place.
Yeah.
All over. Busy young man. That's what that is. Big time. That's an athlete. That's great stuff. So basically, I mean, only time that you did not go state was track sophomore year. Is that what you said? Because football,
no
3 years. Okay, I mean, that ain't bad, is it?
No, it's not bad at all.
It's not bad at all. That's some good stuff. So, all right. So, look, let's talk about before we get to the commit with Wisconsin. I think people don't realize the hard work a person has to put in.
Right.
Because you explain like your off season, your workout. Like trainers and different stuff like that. Like, what does Vinny's off season look like?
Okay, so like freshman and sophomore year, like after football season ended, I went to this trainer that my dad knows. His name is Corey Taylor, speed trainer and just a trainer in general. Mm-hmm. But he helped me get my speed up that I needed to gain for the next season. And he's good. Well, my brother's going there right now. He's going like tomorrow or something, actually. And I've been with him since freshman year, and he's just a good trainer. That's what I do.
Shout out to VJ.
Like, treadmill work. Yeah, we do treadmill work. We do sleds. We do all types of stuff. We do arms, legs, everything. And I've just been with him since off season. And like when track starts, I just stick with track, and then like right after track, I go right back to him for that little gap between track and football, and then back to football again. So my whole season and my whole year is full of something. Like I'm never not doing anything. I mean, so I'm always doing something, like with training, track, or football, and it's always something. 707. Yeah, 707 too. That's right. Yeah, 707. In between, like at the beginning of the track season before it gets really going, I do some 7-on-7, like I did freshman year and this last year, and then once track started picking up and then getting serious, like for getting ready for state, I stuck with track so I could help my team win.
Okay.
And we ended up second at state this last year too. So.
Wow. Yeah.
Our work days off.
Yeah. It was hot too, man. I was sweating bullets over there. Like, man, it's hot up there, man. So I saw Brandon's crazy butt. So yeah, that's good stuff, man. So, all right. As far as recruiting, when did you first start getting recruited? What grade was you in, and what schools and that?
After freshman year, like middle of sophomore year, like middle beginning of sophomore year actually, I got like invitations to like a whole bunch of camps. It was like Kentucky, Purdue, I think Louisville, I think WKU maybe. It was just a lot of schools that like were kind of local, like within a couple hours.
Okay.
Like sent letters to me. Then I also went to the All-American combine that was in San Antonio, going into like middle of like it was in January, so it was the middle of at the end of sophomore year. So yeah, that's when it really started, I guess. Okay. And then that's when I got on Twitter, because I realized that a lot of recruiting is on Twitter, so I got a Twitter profile, did all that, and then started reaching out to coaches, and then COVID hit. But I was still texting coaches and stuff. So.
Hold on, Vinny, real quick. I hope you guys just listen what he just said.
Yeah.
People downplay it as much as they want to. You have to utilize your social platform, especially Twitter. And he reached out to coaches. He did all this kind of stuff. You know what I'm saying? This is someone who's a all-stater. You know what I'm saying? All this kind of stuff. Been at these camps. It's not beneath you to reach out and do things.
Exactly.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's a big part. Like that's how you get in touch with them, because like all coaches are on Twitter now. Like you're not gonna find them. I mean, that's the best. That's the only way to really get to them, unless you're gonna go through Facebook. But the best way is Twitter. That's my opinion. It's just like you can look up the coaches online. Really, you can go to Google and then type in. You can go to like the roster, and then it'll have their information on their school pages. Like you can look up their Twitter profile or handle or anything, and then reach out to them. Say, just introduce yourself. That's the way I did it. I didn't a lot of people just send, hey, check out my highlight, and then send it to coaches. I mean, coaches get that all the time. That's not anything different. So it's not like. I mean, it's nothing different, so you won't like stick out to 1,000 other people that are doing the same thing. Right. So what I did was I sent, hey, my name is Vinny Anthony from Louisville Middle High School. Would love to have a conversation with you, and then just left it right there, and just not sending any huddle or anything. Just like get to know the person, like who I am first before you see the football player kind of thing. Right. So that's how I got some responses and stuff like that. With like, hey, love to talk to you or something like that, and then that's where that came from. So that's advice. Like
great, no, that's
send out your huddle video.
No, Vinny, you hit it. That's because first of all, like you said, I mean, we're on Twitter, we see it all the time, and we retweet people's videos, kids' videos, try to also try to get them seen. But like you said, it's a job interview. You know what I'm saying? It's like, you got your resume, but look, how can I see 1,000 resumes a day? How can I stand out? Yep. Let me introduction letter basically to you. A personal touch. Absolutely. That's great advice, man. For real. Yeah. Big time. So as you going through this process, and colleges is reaching out to you. I know you took some visits. So, like, how do you come up? How did you determine your list as far as your final list for before you picked Wisconsin, and also, uh, the trips you took, your visits and things like that? I mean, explain that whole process to us, please.
Well, when I like after track, like middle of track after track, I really got to focus just on football and not worry about everything else, like practices and track season and all that, and school at the same time. So like after track season, I got to just focus just on football and like see what school was gonna be the best fit for me, how their offense is, um, how the coaches are, how often did they contact me, like because a lot of coaches, like I got majority of my offers, or I'd say it's about some of them, were like they just offered and then disappeared kind of thing. So I wanted a school that actually had a relationship with me, called me every once in a while, hey, how you doing? How's school? All that. Like a relationship is really important for a school you're gonna pick. Because if you don't have a relationship with a coach, it's not gonna. You're not. Most likely, won't have a good time at that school. I mean, you'll just be on the field, and they won't like really appreciate you for being there, kind of thing. So like all the schools that like consistently talked to me, called me, those were my top picks. You guys saw my top ones were like Wisconsin, Duke, um, Cincinnati, and yeah, those are my top ones that were really there. So, and then after that, it was just about which one will give me the best, chance to make me a better player. And Wisconsin receiver Coach Whitted, he played in the league for 8 years. I mean, he was experienced. He knew what he was talking about, and he's gotten. The receiver, Dallas's receiver, Galladay, pretty sure. Yeah, he coached him. He coached a couple more that are in the league right now, and or are already out. And I just trusted him because if he saw something in me, I knew that he really wanted me. So and he knows what he's talking about too. So there you go.
That sound like a winner.
Yeah.
As I'm looking at your Twitter feed and all this kind of stuff, I was like, man, I don't know who. I was like, I'm up here chewing Robert's ear off, like, bro, nephew, where you going? I mean, I know where I would go. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff like that. But man, hey, congratulations on that.
Yes.
And tell Kendrick I'm gonna have to knock him out because he took our spot. We're supposed to do that introduction. I'm just playing. Kendrick's my dog. I gave blues on that. You know what I'm saying? But nah, that right there, big time, big time. And plus, now you get it, you got it out the way.
Yeah,
you can focus.
That was
Yeah, you can focus. You can focus on your seat. So besides that big goal, I mean, we all have different goals we want to achieve like this, and we know what that big goal. But what is your goals going into the senior year?
I say for me personally, I mean, obviously, change the state championship. But for me personally, I want to put a mark on Mail. Like, I want my name to be in the history books kind of thing. Like, I want to be maybe the most yards, most anything, punt return yards, kick return yards, receiver yards, catches, receptions, anything. I just want to be in that history book. So like, I want to be on the wall in Mail type of thing. So, so when I come back, I see my face up there, and I have like the most yards or something. I just want to break a record. So yeah.
I feel you, young buck. That's how you do. That's good stuff. Now, okay, track goal. Are you gonna do track? Or are you not gonna do track?
No, I'm doing.
Okay.
Yeah. So, talking about this coming up track season.
Yes.
My goals. Same thing. I mean, last year I broke the school record in 300, but my partner Dion, he got me a state. He ran good. He ran like he got my time like a little bit, but I'm gonna get it next year. But I'm gonna try to break any record I can. I'm gonna try to 300 hurdle record again. Shoot, I guess the next closest is high jump. Really, that's what I'm next best at actually.
Okay.
Because My PR last year was 6'6". I think the school record is like 6'9", 6'10". It's like right there.
Okay.
So I'm trying to go for that. And it was my first year high jumping too. So
Hey man,
I got some.
hey I saw you rocking and rolling, man. I mean, I don't know. I was like, goodness gracious, look at that kind of stuff. And you know, who's the high the pole vault guy? Who's that on your team?
His name is Christian. Pretty sure Christian. His last name.
See, that's what them stars. Them stars don't know.
Yeah, he got like third estate. He did. He's nice. He's nice.
Yeah.
And he's in my class too.
Okay. Yeah. Hey. All right. So check this out. So we know you're trying to leave with two of them rings and records all over the place. You know, you're trying to get that state ring. You're trying to get, you know what I'm saying, get that state ring in track and football. You know, I always do this, and I did this with the youngest before. As far as a shout out to some teammates, man. Some people that is on your team, could be seniors, could be juniors, that everybody needs to. We already know Mr. Brown and them, but the people that shout out to them that you thinking that okay, hey, watch out for them. They probably gonna also help us basically get to that level.
Mm-hmm. So I got a shout out to Eli Manning.
Yes, sir.
He's nice. He's nice.
Peace.
Romel Sheffield. I got Ronald Howard, Robert Bird. I mean, you know what they. And Max Gainey. He's young and he's coming up. He's gonna be good too because he played for us last year in the state championship too. Actually, he's just a sophomore this year. Shamai Gates. He's another receiver. He's with Max. He's class of 24. Pretty sure.
Yeah. I seen videos of that.
Yeah, Nick Shuddy. I mean, he's a baseball player though.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Real quick, how tall is Nick now? Look like he's about 6'5".
Like 6'1", 6'2" now. He keeps growing. He keeps growing. Yeah. A big name, Daniel Sweeney, running back. He is nice.
He's nice.
You will see it this season. Whoever's watching, he is nice. He is nice.
Yes, he is.
Christian Depp. He's an O-lineman, Christian Depp. He's been with me since TMS too.
Okay.
And he was one of the people that dressed up with me in the state championship too, freshman year.
Okay.
Christian Depp, and then I think that's most people. Noah Thomas too. Yeah.
Yep. Hey man, you know what? I'm so thrilled. I'm so thrilled for this season. I've been hyped. I've been telling Mark I can't wait. I'm going to New Orleans, going to Alabama tomorrow. I'm like, whatever it'll be. But I'm really, I'm excited because, like I said, I think 8th grade, you should have had it. And this is pretty much some of them same cats that you played with a little bit of added more sauce to it. So big time. So I'm definitely looking at that. Let me ask you this, man, because we do have a lot of youngsters who, like I said, just trying to learn and stuff. Besides that advice, recruiting advice, what kind of advice would you give them, like, who's trying to, like, this play receiver? Like, this ain't even about, like, trying to be all state. Like, playing that position receiver you play. What kind of advice would you give some youngsters that's coming up?
I'd say in practice, you always run full speed every route. That is a big part because coaches, you don't think they're watching. They're watching. That's a big part because I mean, that's how I got to play. Just because I ran all my routes full speed, and if the ball's underthrown, it's not my fault. I don't want to be overthrown kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's just small things like that, and like little receiver tips is always pump your arms through every break. Catch with your eyes, not with your hands. That's what my dad taught me too. You gotta follow.
Coach V.
Yeah, that's a big thing too, and really get a relationship with your coaches too. Like when you come in, just get to know them, so they will pay attention to you on the field, and if you do something good, they'll recognize it. If you're just somebody that just comes in is shy, quiet, not really trying, it's always 100% effort. You get to know your coaches early. Those are big tips for me, really.
I hear you, man. That's good stuff for real. That's bang stuff right here. I mean, I really love that because, like I said, man, we we do have some younger guys who, watch it and want to know, because that's the best thing because you don't know everything, so you need to learn. You need to be a sponge. Learn from the people that did it before you. That kind of stuff. So that's very, very important. And let me ask you this: so, granted, we already know you said the other receiver, the youngster who's a 24. Is other receivers with you that we need to watch out for?
Yes, actually, forgot to say this. Dominic Fabancic, he's in my class. He has great hands. His hands are bigger than mine. He got some big hands. He can catch. He's a white boy though, but he can catch. He ain't. Yeah, he's nice though. And then there's RJ Anthony too. He's about 6'4", and he's getting there. He's nice though. He's finally getting into himself. Like
Good.
Younger he wasn't as mentally there kind of thing, but now you can tell he's there. He cares now.
Good.
So yeah, those are the other two receivers that I played with. They're starters too. So yeah.
But man, it's like this 7-on-7 tournament you're going to. Is this like basically the first team offense is going to be down there, or?
Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. That'll be majority of them. Ones and twos.
Okay.
I think that's all they're taking really. So yeah.
Good. All right, that's good stuff. Let me see, Mark, you got anything?
You basically answered my question. You asked him. Yeah,
Good.
that's good.
But hold on, I do. I told you I had a picture like when I first met you. Hold on, I'm gonna bring it. Hold on.
Oh man, what? How old is that?
Now you see the picture.
God, I don't even.
Yeah, I see. That's young Vinny right there.
I
He's right there.
that. I had no hair. I was bald back then. I had nothing.
Yeah, I'm with your dad. That's me over there, and Tim and my cousin. Yeah, that's young Vinny right there. And then I had I do most of the graphics on the pictures. I was really proud of this one right here. That right there, with that male high behind you.
Mm-hmm.
I like it. That's cold. Yeah.
He's talking about this one. He's talking about this one right here.
It's like that. The right here, this picture right here. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, I like that. Big time. I said, oh man, look at Vinny in there. Yes, sir.
You getting good.
I know. Right. Improving. That's good. All right, so if you we always give people like a time to give thanks and praise to the people who in their lives that actually help them, guide them, and stuff like that. So, Vinny, if you had to thank some people and coaches, first of all, I want to thank your parents for letting you come on the show and everything. I talked to both of them, actually know them, and so I appreciate you guys. You guys really have a young, strong man on your hands. You can tell well raised. So thank you guys, parents, for definitely. And also, I know your uncles, rest in peace, Junie. Also, TA. Shout out TA. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff. If you had to give thanks and praise and stuff like that, man, this is your time. Anybody you want to thank, hey, it's all yours.
I want to thank obviously my parents, because they did everything for me since I was a kid. I want to thank all my TMS coaches, because that's like when it got started in middle school. And then Coach Jones, Coach Wolf, since freshman year, they really gave me a chance to show what I can do. And I want to thank God also. I mean, that's number one right there, But and Coach Smith too. I mean, for track. I mean, he let me do what I do on the track too. He put me in different things and then see what I did best. So all my friends too, because they really, they hold me down too. So yeah, all my friends, family, everybody really, they just got me to be who I am now and be the best person I can be. I mean, in the future, they'll always be there too. So I know that. So yeah, and my brother.
Yeah, don't come on now. You can't do that. Hey man, for real, thank you for coming on the show, man. We know that You know, you got things ahead of you. You know what I'm saying? Very proud of you.
Mm-hmm.
Love what you're doing. Love that you have achieved some of your goals.
Right.
Getting that commitment out the way. Performing to the highest level. Like I said, I remember the first time I saw you play, man, it has been impressive. Actually, you're a better person than you are a player. And that right there shows the upbringing that you received. So thank you from us for coming on the show, being on the show, and we will definitely be following you. Not just next year, you know, definitely gonna be, but on, you know what I'm saying? Because we know you got some stuff you need to finish before you leave Mel High. So, you know, thank you for being on the show, man, and God bless
thank
you.
you for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem.
This was fun.
Hey, I'll see you tomorrow.
I'm most definitely hey Vinny, I'm most definitely rooting for Mel since y'all don't play PRP this year.
All right, Vinny, we holler at you, brother.
All right, thank you.
Market wheel. Yeah. What you know about them Bulldogs and them Panthers? Legacy. That's right. Legacy. That's right. Legacy. That's right. Legacy. Let's go. What you know about this legacy? Wednesday night tuned in to this legacy. Market wheel locked in on this legacy. Mel and PRP's in on this legacy. Let's go. What you know about this legacy? Wednesday night tuned in to this legacy. Market wheel locked in on this legacy. Get your popcorn, I know you need this medicine. Let's go.